I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me, still with the dolls that I grew aside.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is mariaej vlogs. Spirits are high. Today, I said it, you guys asked for it, so I'm doing it. We're going to talk all things post-weight loss, treatment, realizations, all of that. A few videos ago, I made a video talking about my weight loss and how I did it and everything. I got asked if people treat you differently after weight loss. And I said if you want to hear more about that, just comment it and I will. And here I am doing exactly that. At the end of my last vlog, I said next time you see me, I'm going to have new hair. Look at me with new hair. Let me know what you think of my new hair in the comments. The next video is going to be me doing this hair. I went from 103 kilos to about 70 kilos. And then I went back up. Now I'm just kind of fluctuating, just kind of living life. Let's get into this. Make sure you actually smash the like button because this is so personal. Hopefully we don't get emotional in this, but yeah, if it looks like all my attention is not on you guys, it's because I'm reading the stuff I wrote from my iPad, because you kind of forget, but then it comes back to you, so I thought I'd write it down. Start with something that is literally, people, first of all, society is pathetic. People will always treat you differently when you meet the beauty standard. That's one thing I realized. Once you've lost weight, people start to hypersexualize you and start slut shaming you. Like, it's crazy. When I used to be big, and because I've always had big boobs. When I used to be big and I always had my boobs out, it was never a problem. Nobody ever batted an eyelid when I had my boobs out. And I always used to make sure when I was big that my boobs were out. Because everyone that knows me knows when I was big, I used to say, what's the point in hiding them? Because your boobs make your whole body look big. So if I now get something that covers my boobs, it's going to make my whole belly look big. I was just in denial anyway. But that's the way I thought. Nobody said anything. Now, if I wear anything to make my boobs look good, oh, the comments you get from people are crazy. Like, no one would ever look at you or say anything like, oh, a big girl with her boobs out, that's perfectly fine. Once you're slim and you got big boobs and you have them out, it's a problem. I don't wear stuff with my boobs out. One, because the slut shaming, and two, because you become hypersexualized. Men will just try and hypersexualize you all the time for no good reason. Another thing that I realized, and this is like family members at like parties, gatherings or whatever, I think they might not think any harm in it, but before, when I was big, no one would comment on how much food I ate. As soon as I've now lost weight, because I lost weight in lockdown, so when everyone saw me next, I was slim. I had lost it all. Like, they had heard, oh, Maria lost weight, but they didn't see me in the flesh. So now when we're at parties, watch your plate, they'll be like, oh, why you not? For example, before lockdown, I would eat rice a lot. Obviously, I'm African. I come from an African household. When your mom's cooking, she's cooking rice. So my mom would cook rice. Once I enforced my weight loss journey, I wasn't eating rice. Like, rice isn't even something I go to eat now. Like, oh, I'd rather eat couscous. So if I'm gonna eat rice, it's gonna be small portions. Like, I'm not a fan of rice. I've overdone it with the rice. It'd be like, oh, you're not gonna eat any more. Oh, is this what your diet is? Like, you don't eat, like, you're eating kids' portions. Comments like that. If I was weaker, yeah, mentally, or if I had developed an eating disorder, you're not helping that by saying, oh, you're eating a child's portion, you're not eating enough, eat more, when I've just unlearned the habit of eating until I'm full as opposed to eating to finish. Stuff like that will skew your relationship with food. And I had to be resilient and think, like, you're not about to gaslight me into eating more than I know I can eat. My portion size have gone down. I can control my eating now, and you're trying to act like it almost feels like they're discrediting your weight loss, yeah, because they're saying, oh, why are you not eating? Why are you barely eating? Is this how much you eat to lose weight? Like, I did this all by starving myself. Like, no, I did that. I actually learned to eat in right size portions. You're not going to take that away from me. Genuinely, it's because they're weak individuals. You don't realize when they're saying it, but what you're saying, I'm sorry, I'm going to clap back at you. If you can't control your eating, keep that to yourself. Don't put that onto other people's relationships with food. You didn't comment on my food when I was big, so don't comment on it when I'm small. I can't believe you have the audacity to act like I'm sat here starving myself in order to lose weight. like I ain't been exercising every day, watching my portions, incorporating vegetables in my diet, you're gonna come tell me, oh, why are you not eating much rice? Because it's not good for you. Just plate watching. Watch your own plate. Am I commenting on how much you're eating? I would never ever take it upon myself to comment on someone's portion size. So I don't know why people thought they could do it to me. This stuff actually, the stuff I'm writing down actually hit me. Another thing that I realized family wise, yeah, and not even just family, like even friends, yeah, people feeling that they can comment on your body. I think that is wild, especially when you've undergone a weight loss journey. You don't get to sit there and say stuff about my old body. You don't get to do that. I don't know who gave people the confidence to sit and say, oh yeah, when you were fat, you were like, yeah, your boobs are so, like, your belly, your stretch marks. You're not allowed to say that. If I say that about myself, fair enough. I shouldn't even talk bad about myself like that. But if I'm saying it, cool. But you fixed up yourself to come and tell me about my old body. Do you even know what I feel like? What I felt like in that body? Maybe I felt like I looked my best in that body, and you're telling me how ugly I look. How dare you? How actually dare you? People have too much fucking audacity. Another thing that people would do when they're doing that is backhanded compliments. You're so sexy now. What do you mean so sexy now? I was sexy before. You're so pretty now. You're so much prettier now. So much this, so much that. I was always that. I was always that. You don't, like, you actually don't get to sit there and give me something backhanded as if losing a couple pounds made me a whole different person. No, on the inside I'm still that babe. Whatever you're saying that you think you're saying about that girl, you're saying it about me. Do you get it? People actually, I didn't think these things would piss me off again, but people actually have audacity. It got to a point where a family member even told me they didn't like me when I was fat. Word for word, they didn't like me when I was fat. Do you know how crazy that is? That you didn't like someone because they were fat. You didn't like someone because they were big. Pathetic. I'm the same person, so that means you still don't like me. These people are actually projecting. When people say stuff like that, they're genuinely projecting. I feel like genuinely a lot of people don't realise that what they do isn't helpful. So if you've got nothing nice to say, keep it to yourself. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. You don't wanted the tea, here's the fucking tea. I'm giving you all the tea. Get your mug, get some fucking biscuits, sit down and listen, because we're in for a ride. Another thing, expectations of you change. Them jokes that you thought you could make, you see when fat people can make jokes about other fat people, like you're not, it's a realization that I had to figure out the hard way. Like, I'm not allowed to now make jokes about big people because I'm not big anymore. The jokes are outlandish. It's not funny anymore. Pre-assumptions of you change. Like, I've never gotten stuff like this before, like, you look like you'd ignore me, you look like you were mean. All them comments, yeah, when I was younger, when I was growing up, I never got that. Like, maybe because they saw me as big and cuddly. None of that. Now people project their insecurities. Genuinely, someone said to me, I didn't think you'd speak to people like me. What are you talking about? People assume I'm shallow. People assume I'm artificial. People assume I'm obnoxious just because I'm pretty. It's so ridiculous. I'm a content creator. Whenever people ask, oh, what do you do? Like, oh, you're modeling, you're into beauty, you're into it. But before, no one would ever assume anything to do with beauty or any of that. None of that. What? You don't care about designer. You don't care about all the stupidness. You don't care about going to Nobu. You don't care about going to Hakkasan. People that have a low self-esteem will actually project onto you just because you feel good in yourself. That's one thing I've realised, and it's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. People project so much onto people that actually feel good about themselves. If you don't feel good about yourself, that's completely fine. It's not even about looking good. Once you've undergone a weight loss journey and you feel good in yourself because you're treating your body well, you're doing well for yourself, people will hate that. People hate it. I had a comment from a man that said, you love yourself too much. What do you mean? What? There's no such thing as loving yourself too much. This is how you know people project. You don't love yourself enough if you think someone's able to love themselves too much. That's insane. I've got two more to say and then I'll wrap this up. But yeah, people are actually crazy. Like, people are insane in this world, and what they're doing is not okay, and it will never ever be okay. To subject someone to beauty standards, to treat someone like shit because they're fat, to treat someone better because they're good looking, to make someone feel like they can't be pretty. People will actually blame you for being objectively pretty. People will blame you. They will hate you for that. People will hate you for doing something they couldn't do themselves. That's one thing about weight loss that will never ever change. I know that for a fact. People will always hate you because they can't do what you done. Pathetic. I'm so sorry, but it's pathetic. I hope you hear that pathetic and you feel it in your chest if you're watching this, and you project onto people that only ever want to feel good about themselves because they've dragged themselves out of something that they didn't even know they were getting themselves into. Anyway, another thing about weight loss is you're hyper visualized. Suddenly everyone sees you. You can't walk around and no one's noticing you. Before, when I was big, it's almost as if you're dead to the world. Last but not least, something that I realized from weight loss, and I really want you to take away, alongside the projection thing, that's a really big topic. Another thing about weight loss that you need to know that I've realized after is everybody's weight loss journey is personal to them. There's nothing I can tell you that will work bar for bar for you. There's nothing anyone said or I saw that I copied word for word and it worked word for word, because it will never ever work like that. Your body is completely different to my body, and that person's body, and that person's body, and that person's body. Nobody is a carbon copy of each other. If you go back to my weight loss journey video, there's only so much I can tell you that can help you, because it's each to their own. You can take the calorie deficit. That's something you can take away. But eating couscous every day might have worked for me, that might not work for you. The same way someone can eat rice every day and still lose weight, I know for my own body, my own diet, I can't do that. Find what works for you and stick to it. That's what I said in my last video, and that's what I'll say in this one. But anyway, that's been my realizations and my treatments after weight loss, all of that. Some of this stuff still gets me angry to this day, and I'm 3 years post journey. 3 years post journey. Like, I started in 2020, 2023. People still think they can project onto you. It's a mad world we're living in. But yeah, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you're subscribing. Let me know if you enjoyed this, if you found this helpful. I hope you did. But yeah, peace out. See you in the next one.
I'm outside in an AMG, right outside.